Hello. So the 430 driver has been out for just over a month now. We've been doing quite a few fittings, obviously watching quite a few reviews, trying to get our own kind of take on things. Now, today's video, we're not going to have a little look too much into sort of the numbers. This is from a custom fit point of view. If you were going to go for a fitting tomorrow, what would you expect to see? How is the new technology affecting the ball flight? And so on. So we'll start off with the club face itself. Now it is a little bit shallower, which means it's a little bit thinner this way compared to the 425. It's also a variable thickness across the face, so they've taken little bits out, they've made the face thinner in areas to save some weight so they can distribute it in other areas of the club face. Also being a little bit thinner means that the ball is coming off a little bit faster than last year, and that is coming through in the fittings. Compared to the 425, the ball speed is up, so we are generally seeing that little bit more distance because the ball is coming off a little bit hotter off the face. So sticking with the club face technology, you may have heard the word spinsistency thrown about by Ping. So what this effectively does is every driver will have a ball, so it sort of goes around the face there. Now that used to be quite gradual. What Ping have done is made this variable. The idea behind this is that a thin shot will come out at a very similar or spin rate to a well-struck shot. Traditionally, if a ball comes out the bottom, adds a lot of spin rate, which means the ball sort of balloons up, doesn't carry as far, and that would mean that if you've got water to carry or gauze or a ditch that you want to get over and you have to hit a good one to get there, what you'd find if you struck the ball out of the lower part of the face that you'd probably end up in it. Whereas now with this technology, the carry distance are a little bit closer to a well-struck one, so this might actually get you, where you want to be, a little bit more carry consistency that way, and it is coming through on the fittings. That is very noticeable, so one big positive for spinsistency. What about these clubs at address? You'll see the turbulators are still there on the 430, just as they are on the 425. You have got decals. They help frame the club a little bit better, might help find the centre of the ball, but again with the turbulators, I thought they did quite a good job of that. Then we've got, you can see it is a little bit shallower at address. Good looking driver, I do like it. Now looking at the bottom of the clubs here, again 430, a little bit flashier with the splashing of colour there, but not a great deal of difference. I like them both, to be honest. Look great at address, not too dissimilar, but for me I think probably the 430 has an edge. I do like it a little bit flashier. Now onto a very popular topic with the 430 and the 425 here is the sound. So what I'm going to do is I've hit 3 shots with each club, 3 with the 425, 3 with the 430, and the sound engineers have done a brilliant job with this, because if I'm honest, the 425 does not sound good, even though this is actually mine. It's reassuringly loud, don't get me wrong, and it is a fantastic driver, but the 430, it just sounds so much better. So, for anyone who's put off from the 425, as good as it was, just because of the sound, then, the 430 has got you covered. So, well worth a try. Don't think it sounds as my 425 does. They've done a fantastic job. Sounds great, looks great. Definitely one to try. We know a little bit what Ping have done with the face. We know it sounds, we know how it looks at address, but what about the tinkering side? So this is where it comes down to the more custom fit side for us and what we can achieve with the club head. So Ping have stuck with their normal system. So you've got your neutral setting, your fade setting, your draw setting. You've got your 25 gram weight, which is also in the 425 head. Now, this is brilliant. You've got between draw and fade settings, it moves the ball 8 yards of difference between the draw setting and the fade, so you have got that adjustability there in the head. Quite exciting this year as well. They've also got a high launch setting, so it's actually, they replaced that with an 11 gram weight, which is a silver weight, looks pretty cool, but that's the high launch setting. They also put a different grip on, so it's a Lambkin UTX grip, I believe, so nice and lightweight, and they've got a Alta CB quick shaft, so it's a high launch setup. Golfers on average have gained about 9 yards, and when we have put people into this setup, the results have been absolutely fantastic. So if you've got a slower swing speed, you're looking for that high launch, you're looking for that extra bit of distance, that bit of carry, then that is certainly a setup that we've been particularly impressed with. So one more thing about the weighting system, quite exciting really for me, maybe that's a bit sad, but in the SFT head before, they had a fixed weight. Now they've got 2 settings, so they've got draw plus and draw, which is fantastic because a lot of people came in slicing the ball and the SFT head was perfect for them, but then they might be newer to golf, wanting lessons, wanting to improve, and that made this club head a little bit of a one-trick pony. They've now got a draw setting, so we can take it out of sort of really draw bias to a little bit draw bias, which means that the club can sort of evolve with the player a little bit. At least you've got somewhere to go with the SFT head, so it would make me a little bit more comfortable with some players walking away with this. Keeping on with the custom fitting side, we're just going to talk about Ping's loft sleeve. So it's got 8 different settings. You can go down a degree and a half. That will open the club face ever so slightly. You can go up 1 degree and 1.5 degrees. That will close the club face ever so slightly, so make it a little bit more draw bias. But then, if you are a player who hits the ball left or really doesn't like that miss left, they've also got a flat setting, which will help counteract that left shot. So again, you can make it a little bit more draw bias. You've got the club heads in the SFT, you've got the draw setting on the max. You know, you've got a lot of things to make it draw bias. So if you're fighting that left shot, then you've got your fade settings, you've got your minus settings in the loft sleeve, as well as the flat settings to counteract that side. So Ping have got you covered if you hit the ball left or right. This year, Ping have 6 shafts on offer. So you've got your Alta CB shaft, which is your kind of higher launching of the standard options. You've then got your chrome, the Ping Tour 2.0 chrome shaft. That slightly counterbalances, so a little bit comparable to the Tensai orange shaft for the 425. So that's your sort of mid-launching shaft. And then you've got the Tour 2.0 black. That's your lower launching shaft, sort of lowest launching shaft really. And then you've got your Alta Quick, which is the really lightweight, high launching, meant for that slower swing speed player or that person who's looking to get much more distance. So you may think that Ping have got it covered with their sort of high, mid, low, really high launching shafts, but just to fill up a few holes, there are some optional stock shafts that they do offer with no extra charge. That's the Hazardous Smoke Red. Again, that just plugs a few holes, and the weights can be changed to affect the trajectory, so that does plug. And then the Kaylee White, which is it's for quicker swing speeds, but it's a slightly lighter option than the Ping Tour 2.0 black. It fits between the chrome and the black, so again, a very good shaft that just plugs a few holes. And if you have a look at the chart that I'll put up on the screen, then you'll be able to see that sort of how gradual. So with all the adjustability with the weight system, the loft sleeve, the shaft options, you know, we've got something for everybody here in the 430. So far it's been an absolute pleasure to fit, loads of positive feedback, and the improvements that Ping say they've done are coming through on, you know, what we're seeing out in the fitting bay. So if you want to come and try a 430, feel free to come book a fit in. again, I don't think you'll be disappointed, and we've also got plenty of other clubs for you to try if you are in the market for a driver. So yeah, be in contact, and thank you for watching the video. If you've enjoyed it and want to see future content, please just like, subscribe, follow the channel, that'd be great.